Welcome back to Takeout. Now to our CBS Radio clip of fame. I promise, I really promise, we will get to CBS News radio coverage that is chronologically closer to our contemporary times. But I am featuring CBS radio news coverage from the 1930s and the 1940s because it recorded, for all time and for the first time in this new medium, world-altering events. So much so that CBS created the World News Roundup, which came to be the longest-running network radio news broadcast in history. What you're about to hear is the first such broadcast. The date, March 13th, 1938, and it captured the fall of Austria to Nazi Germany and all that would portend.
Tonight, the world trembles, torn by conflicting forces. Throughout this day, event has crowded upon event in tumultuous Austria. Meanwhile, the outside world, gravely shaken by the Austrian crisis, moves cautiously through a maze of diplomatic perils. Since the German troops crossed the Austrian border on the historic invasion last Friday, news has flowed across the Atlantic in a steady stream. The German chancellor now winds his way through the conquered nation in a parade of triumph to end in a tremendous spectacle in Vienna. As German troops swarm across frontiers in their first offensive since 1914, momentous decisions are being reached in the capitals outside Germany. And so the world spotlight, for 3 days fastened upon Austria, is shared tonight by London's tiny Downing Street, by the Quai d'Orsay, whose buildings of state line the Seine River in Paris, by other chancelleries throughout the world. To bring you the picture of Europe tonight, Columbia now presents a special broadcast which will include pickups direct from London, from Paris, and such other European capitals as at this late hour abroad have communication channels available. This is Bob Trout speaking to you from New York, opening Columbia's shortwave transatlantic program to cover the key cities of Europe. But before switching to our first European capital, let us look once again at the latest news bulletins with swift, fresh details of a Europe in turmoil. From the Press Radio Bureau comes a summary written from news supplied by the Associated Press, the United Press, and the International News Service. And here's a quick glimpse of the critical situation in Central Europe. Right at this moment, Austria is no longer a nation, but is now officially a part of the German Empire. Austria and Germany are being welded together under one command, one army, one policy, one economic compact. The Nazis are driving with all their might to bring Austria under complete Nazi domination.
The World News Roundup went first to London, then to Paris, for it was France that felt the tremors of war more directly and with greater trepidation.
For news from Paris itself, flashed across the Atlantic from the French capital, we turn to the voice of Edgar Maurer, Chicago Daily News European correspondent since the World War. A Pulitzer Prize winner, Mr. Maurer is now head of the Paris bureau of the Chicago Daily News. We take you now to Paris, France.
Hello, America. This is Paris calling. Here is Edgar A. Maurer.
With the invasion and conquest of Austria, the true nature of German policy has, in French eyes, become completely clear. Nazi Germany has thrown off the mask. Its aim is revealed, not the innocent and inevitable search for some theoretical equality, the famous Gleichberechtigung, but a bid for the mastery of Europe, a mastery to be based neither on productivity nor on civilization, but on brutal, naked force.
Nazi Germany had thrown off the mask, brutal force, the aim, mastery of Europe, fearful times to come. It was all too real and present on radio sets across America because of CBS.